Everybody, how's it going? I hope you're having a good day today. Got some more news about Aptera, and actually, we're going to talk about a different subject. Steve Fambro was on Mind Blowers podcast, and he actually is talking about um, flying cars. So let's get into this. Welcome back to my channel. It's good to have everybody here. Welcome to Free Power. We are actually going to talk about something a little different today. Steve Fambro, he was on Mind Blowers podcast, and he is actually talking about flying cars. And he gives his thoughts on that and what is going to happen with them. Are they really going to be produced? Let's get into this. Check this video out.
For over a century, we've dreamed of cars taking to the skies. And now that dream is closer than ever. By 2030, the flying car market could be worth over 1.5 trillion. That's nearly half the size of today's global car industry. With eVTOLs promising silent, autonomous, and ultra-efficient travel, a 2-hour commute could shrink to just 10 minutes without a single traffic jam. Welcome to the Mind Blowers podcast, where we explore the technologies shaping our future. Today, Aptera CEO Steve Fambro joins Daniel Kafer, author, futurist, and your host, to discuss how sustainable tech and AI are unlocking the era of personal air travel.
How about flying cars? Do you think that is something we will see in the next 20, 25 years?
Now you've talked about something really interesting. Of course, Aptera and solar vehicles are, my life. But I'm also a pilot, and I'm very aware of what's happening in the eVTOL space and the electric aviation space. And we were at DriftX in Abu Dhabi a few months ago, where I saw a lot of these, and some of them on display. These full size sort of quadcopter looking vehicles. I think this is a fascinating part of the future. I'm really excited about this because it's not like, these things are super quiet. So it's not like a helicopter landing in your backyard. They are whisper quiet, and they're electric, so there are no emissions, and they can whisk you, over the traffic. And if you've ever been in a helicopter before, like my former boss when I worked in the Middle East, he brought me with him to go look at tea plantations in Sri Lanka. And the first trip, we were in the car for 16 hours getting bounced around, on these roads that are really just for tuk-tuks. The second trip, you rented a helicopter, and just the magic of being able to fly over the traffic and potholes and everything and people. I think that's going to be intoxicating, and it'll be more affordable because it's electric. The operating cost will be a fraction of a helicopter. Helicopters don't want to fly; they just want to come apart. And so they require extraordinary levels of maintenance and cost to keep them from coming apart. The electric quadcopters are different. They have one moving part, or a few moving parts, and they're quiet. And it's just, I think it's going to be the next form of transportation that really takes off, no pun intended, in a way that people can't even imagine. I'm very excited for it.
So, like Steve, with the flying car, that sounds very intriguing. Very excited for that to happen, and it looked like it's well on its way. I used to watch the Jetson when I was little, and I figured that, at least by now we would probably have that. I assumed flying cars today, of course, things did not happen that way. We have a different approach to vehicles for our time now. And of course, I know a lot of us are waiting for the Aptera to come out so that we can at least have free driving range and build on that technology. But I think that would be good to have a flying car to where we can drive in an instant from one spot to the next, where we wouldn't have to worry about traffic jams. And, for those that can't afford it, they'll just have to sit in traffic. But those that can get a flying car, they can fly over the traffic and get to their destination so much faster than if they were driving on the roads. But how do you feel about that? According to the information that I've been receiving, it looks like flying cars are really getting ready to take off. And as he brought out, that's going to be like what a $30 trillion industry. So it looks like everything is heading in that direction. And of course, once again, the Chinese are taking the lead in that. But this is just the first part of this podcast about him talking about flying cars. I got another one coming out about it. But give me your thoughts on it. How do you feel about flying cars? I'm giving you my pros on it, but I also have cons. And, I'm going to give you my cons in the next video. But it looks like that's eventually where it's headed at, that flying cars are definitely coming out. And I'm going to show you the different type of flying cars that there are. So check me out in the next video when I'm talking about that. But right now, we're just going to give a shout out to my patrons. Thank you guys very much for keeping me going. And I want to thank everybody that's watching my channel, helping to spread this news to individuals that don't have the opportunity to hear about it, especially with Aptera on the cusp of coming out on the road now. So if you're new here, hit the like, ring the bell, subscribe, and you'll catch all my new videos when they come out, as well as help continue this video to reach other people. But I'm just going to say goodbye now. You guys take care. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you in the next one. All right. Bye-bye.